even other guys getting drafted, we're seeing behind the scenes of them. So we were learning a lot, the most we've ever learned about an offseason before. So shout out to NFL Films hitting an absolute home run with that entire series. Now they're chit-chatting a little bit more in the last episode about draft night. Chris Ballard and the Colts were trying to get up there. Here's the call.
Oh. You guys looking to come up? 1546 next year's too. Okay, we'll let you know. Okay, thanks, Chris. All right, bye. That's too far.
We're not doing that.
I'm not going back. Joe Douglas is calling home. Hello? Yeah, I think we're gonna pick. What are you thinking? Nick. Okay. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna stay.
Okay, so the Colts and the Jets were looking to get up there. We won't even dive into what the Jets were potentially looking for. Could be anything.
Yeah.
Could be an offensive line. Could be another weapon to add there. Could be on defense because Saleh's running thing. I mean, there is so much. For the Colts, though, that's an immediate discussion because I was saying before the draft that I understand what everybody's thinking is going to happen in this draft. But if Jim Irsay walks into that draft room and says, Marvin Harrison has a kid that's coming into the NFL, Marvin Harrison is on our Ring of Honor. Marvin Harrison built this stadium alongside Peyton Manning, built this practice facility. He's got a kid. We are going to get him to our team. And that was very feasible that could have happened during draft night. He goes number 4 overall, obviously, so he's not available at that point. Yeah. But what if Jim Irsay was so pissed that we didn't get Marv? He's like, we need to get up there and get a weapon immediately. I appreciate the fact that we're learning that Chris Ballard went for it. And I think Chris is appreciative that this got out, that he was also trying to take a little bit of a hunt because it looks like he's at least active in this entire thing.
Yeah, because that was the whole narrative for Colts fans kind of leading up to the season. It was like, hey, all these great receivers are available. Like, can we at least try to sign somebody or trade up and go get somebody? And they hadn't been doing it, or there hadn't been any conversation that they'd been doing it. And at least knowing that he took a shot, like they were willing to give away their 2 biggest assets in the draft, and then a next year, 2 at next year. So, like, if you're a Colts fan, you got to feel good about that. Obviously, you didn't get Neighbors or you didn't get like one of the elite guys, but then you see what AD Mitchell's doing too. It's like, okay, so Ballard he did hear what everyone was saying, and he at least took a shot at it. And then if the offer's not good enough, then the offer's not good enough.
Yeah, I like that he's moving though.
Yeah,
as a Colts fan, I like that he's trying to get up in there.
Yeah,
I enjoy
the
that.
phone, and then you even think about like the offensive line. Like obviously Joe Alt was taking the pick before, but if they took like J.C. Latham, the guy that from Bama who went to Tennessee, who's been moving sleds and bodies like nobody else. Like if they had Quentin Nelson, J.C. Latham, and then obviously Ryan Kelly, and you got that tush push with Anthony Richardson from Steichen over Jonathan Taylor in the back, like even loading up the front would be incredible.
How do you feel about the tush push as a fullback, running back?
That was bread and butter, man. Kennesaw State, we used to do that all the time, and just put your hands on the back of the quarterback and we're going. We're going.
Moving.
I don't have another choice, right?
Schefter, we saw either last night or 2 nights ago the Giants getting calls during the draft, and I know that you know exactly who the Colts and the Jets were calling the Giants to try and trade up for. Who were those guys?
They?
Yeah, just tell us who they were.
Who was it?
We know the Colts got the guy they wanted and the Jets got the guy they wanted, but who were they trying to trade up to get into that 6th spot?
Well, the Colts, I believe, were really interested in Brock Bowers. There were 2 teams that attempted to go up in the draft to try to go get Brock Bowers, and that was the Colts and the Rams. Both teams were trying to get up there to get Bowers, and they couldn't do it. They kept trying and just didn't happen. And so I think that was a player that interested both those franchises. And the Jets, I think, had some interest in moving up for Rome Odunze, but they loved Fashanu and had no problem staying where they were and taking him. So, again, they weren't willing to pay through the nose to move up. They would have loved to have added a guy like Rome Odunze at that point in time. But the fact of the matter is they were very happy staying where they were to get Fashanu.
Do you think that trade up from the Colts was because Jim Irsay said we missed out on Junior? We missed out on Marvin Harrison. We need to do something, Chris. We need to do something. The word out of camp, Leatu Latu.
Yeah,
dog.
Junkyard.
Very, very pumped about the Indianapolis Colts, obviously.
Well, and they need him with the injury to Samson Ekubom, obviously. So he's out for the year with the torn Achilles, right? So these things sometimes work out how they should. And teams are a little bit leery about giving up too much to get up sometimes when that's a perfect example. You get Leatu where they are, and they're going to really need that guy right now this year. And certainly that seems like it'd be more useful than a great tight end. But great players are great players. And Chris Ballard knows talent as well as anybody. And obviously he had a real interest in Brock Bowers. It didn't happen. They stayed where they were, and I think they were happy to get the player they did.
Would have been sick to get Brock Bowers, obviously, just because everything we know about him. When you talk about a dog, he used to train by running up hills in wine country, like sprinting up these woods. He's like old school throwback football player who's obviously immensely talented. But all word out of Indianapolis Colts camp is that Leatu Latu's a real deal. This guy's fast. He's got all the moves. Obviously, everybody's buying in. Stocks about. Go ahead.
Great player. I mean, I think we knew that he was going to be a great player.
Tattoo.
He got that tattoo. Yeah. Everybody's kind of cooked him. Now he's starting to cook an entire sleeve into that thing. I think it's going to look damn good. It should work out great. And Ekebom is our sack leader last year.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so that's not good at all. Obviously not happy about it.